YWCA was established in Kenya in 1912, making it the oldest women's national body.
Climate change is a serious issue that has to be tackled in an integrated approach. YWCA is having an initiative to curb climate change through different prospects and different levels. One, youth being engaged in the policy formulation process and enhancement of their participation in the SDG realizing policies.
Mombasa County is a coastal city with different activities that go on, and there's a lot of pollution that has been going on or happening in this county, including pollution from the transport system, industrial systems, and different human activities. In the blue economy, consisting of the ocean and the forest, the mangrove forest, which act as a huge carbon sink. So it's able to absorb more carbon dioxide, which has really helped Mombasa County in tackling climate change aspects. That is why different community conservation groups have come together in restoring the mangroves and tackling climate change.
We are the site where one of the community groups that we work with are keeping the bees. Basically, the initiative revolves around non-consumptive use of the forest resources, mangrove in the coast, and the efforts that the communities have ever put in place to ensure the conservation of the mangrove. Their efforts have been noted over time, and this is why YWCA came in to support what they are doing. And basically, Brain Youth is one of the groups that we work with in the conservation of mangroves, and their efforts can be seen from what they are using here. This is a group, they have close to more than 15 beehives, and all of them, most of them have been colonized, and already we are seeing the bees in most of those beehives. Why are we doing this? We are trying to help the community members to improve their livelihoods.
Upande wa mikoko ni ile mtu akijitolea, akituletea, akitufund, after kutufund, tunachukua ile, tunatusaidia huku kununua kama ni vipaketi, kuendelea, na after kuendelea kuna ile yatusaidia sisi wenyewe, lishe, watoto school fees, na hata kulipa rent.
YWCA is having an initiative to curb climate change through different prospects and different levels. One, youth being engaged in the policy formulation process and enhancement of their participation in the SDG realizing policies.
National Mangrove Management Plan, which is part of the policies enacted to govern mangrove forest, we have played an important role during its development and also advocating. And as at now, we have a board, a committee that has been formed to manage the climate change, the mangrove here in Kenya. In fact, we have seen a lot of diversity of ideas. We have had a lot of new, fresh ideas coming in mind, especially involving the PWDs and youth in this aspect. We have also a lot of communities who we have trained from scratch on mangrove seedling establishment and have benefited.
Kaendelea 2020 tukapata wa shirika la Ywca wakatutembelea, tukawa partners na wao pia nao wakatusaidia na misinga minne. Tulipopata ile misinga minne tukainstall kwa shamba letu la mangrove, shamba letu la mkoko. Tumeendelea nayo huo mwaka 2020 hatukufuna, manake tulikuwa tumepata ile misinga mwezi wa 8. Hiyo mwaka wote tulijaribu kungangana, lakini haikushika nyuki. 2021 ikashika nyuki, ikashika nyuki. Walipoingia wale nyuki tukafuna mara 2 kwa huo mwaka. Kila kilo tulikuwa tunauza 800. Alafu hiyo mara ya pili tulipofuna tukavuna kilo 5 kwa sababu 2021 haikuwa na mvua, kulikuwa na changamoto ya ukame, nasema Kenya nzima ama hapa pwani kote. Misinga yetu hata ile yetu tulikuwa nayo, hata ile nyingine tulikuwa nayo hapo nyuma nyingi, mingi zile nyuki waliingia na wakawa wanaingia na kutoka kwa sababu ya changamoto ya ukame.
Involved people with physical disabilities such as genome, physical disabled, the lame, into the activities.
Na mwaka uliopita 2021 December tukaweza pata nyingine 15 beehives kutoka Young Women Christian Association, ambapo zilikuwa na changamoto kidogo. Nyuki walikuwemo ndani, lakini sasa hawakuwa wakijenga zile cobs kwa sababu ya zile bars ambazo cobs zatekana ziwe zimeanza kujengwa pale na wale nyuki zilikuwa mbalimbali. Sasa tukaweza kushauriana na watu tofauti expert, na tukaona shida iko wapi, lakini saizi mambo yako sawa. Hiyo mizinga yote imerekebishwa, iko sawa, na ndani ya mwezi mmoja au miwili ijayo tutarajia kuanza mavuno yetu ya kwanza kutoka kwa hizo beehives. Na hii ni njia mojawapo yenye ambayo upande wa mizinga ni njia mojawapo yenye ambayo itachangia kipato kwa group, na still bado mizinga ya act kama askari wa msitu.
Several projects including fishing, seedlings for mangroves, beekeeping, as they are conserving the environment without destroying the environment itself. In fact, they are acting as its protector. The major issues in their areas, for them to change the narrative, the kind of projects are able to rescue and provide for them.
Ywca has been working with different organizations, institutions, and also brought together community conservation group. In the process, we have been able to offer different trainings that has enhanced their capacity.
Kwa sababu kufikia saizi kuna takriban 2,200,000 miche iliyopandwa kuanzia 2011 hadi saizi, na kama tuonavyo mahali tulipo hapa kuna nasari kubwa sana ambayo iko na zaidi ya miche 800,000 kwa sababu ziko kwa portion tofauti hapa ndani kwa msitu, na sehemu yenye tuaona tu hapa hiyo ni kidogo. Sasa hii pia ni kitu nyingine ambayo imechangia kuweka jamii busy, na wakati jamii wameweza kupata mfadhili wakauza hii mikoko, wataweza kujisustain kwa sababu wingi wetu hapa ni single mother, widows na wasichana tu wadogo na mayouth, maboys wenye ambao bado ni mahasla. Sasa atakapouza amepata kitu ya kujisustain, na atakapokaa hapa kuna ile akili zao za kaa busy kufocus na hii kazi.
So we are very proud of Brain Youth, and we encourage them to continue doing much and putting much effort to conserve the mangrove, at the same time earn a living from the investment that they have here. This is what we call non-consumptive use of the forest ecosystem, because they are neither destroying the forest or harvesting any form of forest resource to make a living, but they're making use of that ecosystem to ensure that they have their enterprise developed properly to improve their livelihoods.
This project has basically looked at policy formulation processes involving these youth and encouraging them to be proactive when it comes to issues of policy formulation. And throughout Mombasa, Kisumu and Nairobi, we have realized a number of policies that are friendly for the climate resilient developments and initiatives within the society. For Mombasa County, we have the climate change policy of 2021. We have in the process of formulating climate change action plan that will operationalize the policy.
In the blue economy, consisting of the ocean and the forest, the mangrove forest, which act as a huge carbon sink. So it's able to absorb more carbon dioxide, which has really helped Mombasa County in tackling climate change aspects. That is why different community conservation groups have come together in restoring the mangroves, since they act or they play a huge role in tackling climate change.
Kuna utofauti mkubwa sana, sababu hapo nyuma wakati hatujakuwa na hizi nasari za mikoko tuseme na upanzi, kulikuwa na uhaba sana wa samaki. Lakini sasa hivi sehemu nyingi zenye tumepanda pia samaki wanapata kivuli, mazao yanazidi kuja, ambapo kwamba mengine ni haya hapo mkononi. Mikoko inatusaidia kwanza kwa hewa safi, kivuli cha samaki, pia bado inatuzuilia upepo mkali kama kusi. So ni kitu ambacho bado inatufaa sana.
26th of July, the nations and the communities must be able to come together and mark this important day. The theme for this year, 2022, is mangrove forest, key ecosystem to blue economy. Share of 10,000 hectares of mangrove forest land to the mangrove ecosystem. Indeed, in 2019, it is estimated that about 40% of the total mangrove ecosystem was degraded. And therefore, as a Kenya Forest Service, together with other entities of government, we had to develop a national mangrove ecosystem management plan 2017-2027 to be able to bring all us together to be able to conserve and manage these resources. As we all sit here, we have the government, we have the public sector, we have the private sector, we have the people. And that is a partnership that we would want to continue pursuing because it is important.
That's why we are implementing a project, an integrated approach to reduce inequalities through enhancement of climate action amongst the urban communities in Kenya. And this is courtesy of YWCA Kenya, YWCA Global, and YMCA Global through the NORAD funded project. This project is actually looking at working with the youth, basically for them to be involved in the policy formulation processes and them to be the agents of change in the society. At the same time, we foster livelihood enhancement of these young people so that they can be empowered in a way that they can stand for their own, on their own.